All right, so we have not had the chance to actually see Alvaro or even talk to him outside today, I guess. How have you seen him progress here over, probably the past couple of months now that he's back from the World Games, I think, over the summer he was at?
Yeah, he was with the U20s and did a little bit with the senior national team too, which is a huge honor. I mean, it's like the team that Powell and Marcus all played on. But, I would say the way that we play in our system is complex, and it's not like a plug-and-play, so it takes time and it takes just the daily reps that we play 5-on-5 in to, like, get a feel for it. And, like, every week that goes by, every day that goes by, you're kind of starting to see him feel more comfortable and, like, feel how we want to execute and how he fits into that equation. And I think yesterday or a day or two ago, he might have had, like, if we didn't miss a couple layups, he might have had like 10 assists in a practice from a 6'10" kid, which shows his ability to pass. It just took him a little bit of time to figure out, okay, how and when and where to be aggressive, and then it takes timing with playing with everybody else too. So you're starting to see the piece fit, and the longer it goes, the better it gets.
During our open practices, Tate looked like one of the best players on the floor at times. Trevin had a lot of really, really good moments. I know you guys probably haven't made redshirt decisions yet, and I know they're probably going to be pushing for time, but, like, where do you kind of see this freshman class potentially fitting in now? Obviously, Trey's impressed as well at 17 years old.
Yeah, man, it's going to be tough. I mean, because there's certain days where you can say, like, a Tate, holy man, we need the Tate's ready to go. And then there's certain days where it's Trev and it's Trey. And honestly, even Peyton, has had days you're like, man. And I think we're still fact-finding, still discovering lineups. And so one thing we do is we do play a ton of 5-on-5 in practice, and we do look at who plays well with who and how they fit into the equation with the lineups. And so we got some tough decisions. The freshman class is good, and I do anticipate some of them helping us this year. And I don't think we're to a point to where we know exactly who that is yet, which is a good thing, but it's tough.
How many, again, I know it's early, so I'm not taking this for concrete, but how many people do you guys anticipate going deep right now? Because, I mean, I know Ben really played like 6, maybe 7 guys at Drake, but from conversations, it does seem like you guys are open to the idea of playing 8, potentially 9 if they
get a system. It feels like with our group, there's not a huge gap between, guys that are 10, 11, 12 to guys that are 4, 5, 6. I mean, and like I said, at certain days you feel like maybe some of those other guys are better some days. So there is a strength in the depth of our roster, but there is hard decisions you have to make. And so I do feel like the Big Ten, the bodies that you're going to go up against, and the physicality on a daily basis playing 20 league games, you're going to need more than 6 or 7 guys. I mean, that's realistic to the league we're in. So I would anticipate that, but we still got some stuff to figure out, to be honest.
It's interesting, studying coaches around the country. It seems like they're very ingrained in their own philosophy, and they're trying to, everybody talks about imposing their will, making the other team play their game. When it comes to Ben's teams that I've noticed, he doesn't really let anybody dictate the way he plays. He's comfortable meshing personnel and running different styles, I guess. Where does that stem from, and how hard is that to actually stay disciplined into doing that when obviously the other team's trying to dictate the way you guys run and try to get you off your game too?
Yeah, I think probably stems from, he would tell you a little bit of you take a little bit of pieces of the pie from everywhere you've been, and I think Coach Tapmeyer, the defensive approach comes from that, and the toughness and the culture, and then the offensive randomness and comes from passing game and David Moe, which that's where I played with for Ben. So there's a unique blend of the two, because typically when you're gritty and tough defensively, you're a little clunky offensively and maybe not as clean. But you look at his teams in the past, like they play a beautiful game, and maybe it's not the fastest, but man, when it gets in the half court, it's fast. And that's what people, I think, will appreciate and will learn. And I think, great coaches always play to the strengths of the guys that they have on the roster. And our shooting is definitely upgraded from where they were at last year. And so I think you'll see a little bit different style offensively when it comes to some of our size. Trevin made 3 threes in practice yesterday, and he's 7 foot tall. So some of our size shoots it really, really well, and you'll see more of coming to that Northwest offense, maybe a little bit more than the Drake offense, which is a fun way to play.
How tough is it to be self-aware as a coach? Because there's something that really I was laughing, and I couldn't believe how true it was. What Ben was talking about at Big Ten Media Days about. Yeah, we had guys, we ran slowest pace, but guys are like, I'm open. Well, yeah, there's a reason you're open. It's called a scouting report. And I think coaches think that. They just don't say it. I loved it, again, but, like, how important is it to be self-aware, and how hard is it to be self-aware when you're kind of evaluating your own team? Because you want to get the most out of a guy, you want to get the most out of your team, but if you're unrealistic about what they can accomplish or get to, I feel like it just make a bumpy road even bumpier.
Well, I think the big thing is, to answer that, is like we do a lot of our homework on the beginning. So like we know what we're getting coming in as people, and I think we have good kids, man. Like that care about our team, that want to do it together and want to do what's best for our team versus what's best for themselves. And so when you have a group of 14 guys that's how they're wired, they're willing to do what's best for our team. And so you can find solutions where maybe some people would just say, just shoot it because you're open. But like, well, there's solutions. If you're open, that means that there can be leverage somewhere else. And so it's what coach is really good at, is just keeping to find solutions for himself, for our team, and then letting them find the solutions and let them process decisions and make decisions. And you'll see guys like embrace their role and embrace what's good for their team because they see the others before they see themselves, which to me is who you let in the building and who you recruit.
How would you evaluate how since you started your coaching career, how would you evaluate how your philosophies and kind of your approach to coaching, how has that evolved over the last several years?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. Because I've only been a head coach, so I was a head coach for 10 years at Sunrise, and so I'd never been an assistant, so you put on a different role and your lens sees way different. You typically see things that like, wow, I would have been a lot better had I known certain things here and there. And then the staff I was at previously, incredible basketball knowledge and incredible leadership and accountability to keep guys moving in the right direction to achieve what we achieve. And honestly, I come here and it's the same thing. It's just done differently, and that's okay. And so I feel like the process of solution finding and like getting guys to make decisions is something that's challenging in me, because as coaches you always want to control everything and every aspect and feel like it's about you. But that's where I've been challenged here, being here, is like giving our guys the space and the opportunity to find the solutions themselves and help them find the solutions.